These are games that I love. Montreal has confidence. They're buzzing right now. So facing off against the worst team in the league, what could possibly go wrong?
Zetterlund sets up in front. Will Smith. Zetterlund side of the net. Score! As Montembeault, I don't know if he saw the pocket.
The amusement park of the future where nothing can possibly go wrong. Possibly go wrong. That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong.
Well, that one was probably just a fluke, right? They're not going to let any other goals in.
Centering feed. Puck loose in front. Score! Cutting in. Smith shot. Score!
Maybe this one is going to be more interesting than I thought. Let's talk about it.
These 2 points. Oh, and hey.
This is the second meeting between the Habs and the Sharks this season. The Habs took the first game. What's going to happen in this one? These are interesting games because Hudson and Celebrini are in the Calder race. They're the front runners, right? Who's going to fare better this evening? We'll get to that. But first, I want to ask you guys a favor. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. We're trying to make it to 10,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you just hit subscribe. It might not mean a lot to you, but it means a lot to me. Let's start where we always start. Let's look at the lineup. I don't think there was any changes from the previous game, but we'll go over it regardless. Our forwards, Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Beck, Laine, Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Heineman, Evans, Armia. Our defensive pairings, Hudson, Struble, Matheson, Carrier, Xhekaj, and Savard. In net, Montembeault. So now that we've got that business out of the way, let's talk about this game. The puck drops. Good energy in this game. They looked evenly matched right off the bat. Goaltending was a little bit shaky in the first period on both sides. And it doesn't take long to demonstrate that because Zetterlund pots the first goal.
In comes Smith. Zetterlund sets up in front. Will Smith. Zetterlund side of the net. Score!
Montembeault was lost here. He was looking around in the wrong direction. But also Struble needed to shut down Will Smith. And then Hudson would have really liked to have shut down Zetterlund. On the other end of the sheet, Matheson is getting a good look. Matheson played a pretty healthy game this game. He did get his ankles broken a couple of times, but I think that's what the Shark team kind of thrives on, right? That's okay because the captain is going to tie the game up.
2-on-1. Caufield brings it in. Suzuki one-timer score! The captain answers again!
Yeah, that's Suzuki with his 17th of the year. He's only 1 point shy from being a point per game player again. And I think going back a few games, this hasn't happened since Kovalev, I think. Caufield and stuff got the helpers on this. Great moving play, really scrambled Georgiev's brains. And yeah, we're all tied up at 1. Not for too long though, because Sturm is going to make it 2-1. And I hated how this play unfolded.
NHL goal versus the Habs. What a move, cutting in. Draft, centering feed, puck loose in front, score!
Everyone showed their butts on this one. Beck got juked. Laine was bagging it behind the play. Matheson and Carrier couldn't commit to who they were focusing on. Bad coverage by everyone, and Montembeault lets it go in. Now with only around a minute left in the first period, this is incredible. Suzuki's going to score again.
Contested again. Hudson thought about the one-timer. Suzuki spinning. Score!
What a goal by Suzuki. Puts it right where it needs to be, but Georgiev was definitely distracted in front. Hudson and Strube are going to help with this one, huh? It's 2-2 for the Habs, and we're headed into the second period. Shots are 13-7 for the Habs. Second period, the puck drops. We're right back to the action. I have to mention him again because I think that he has an important role to play on this team. Owen Beck has looked great aside from that ankle breaking play. He's been forechecking, back-checking. He looks like he wants to be part of this team. And if he continues getting the second line to click, I say, do it. That might be a little bit of foreshadowing. Struble puts Ty Dellandrea down a little bit with disrespect. Barclay Gaudreau doesn't like the look of it, and they start throwing hands.
And you see Dellandrea tapping his stick louder than most as he appreciates the effort.
Good tilt. But Struble, I think he'd be like fighting a cheese grater. So there's some crazy energy to this game. It's really building up. And then Will Smith, not that Will Smith, Will Smith scores to make it 3-2. For the Sharks.
Trying to track it down, he can't. 2-on-1. Will Smith cutting in. Smith shot, score!
Arber Xhekaj, I haven't talked about him much this game. There hasn't been a need to, and I'm only going to talk about him one more time after this. But he makes a major miscalculation on this. He tries to swat the puck down, gets behind him. He's way behind the play. I mean, Smith put it in the net. Like he put it in the net with authority. Monty didn't have too much of a chance. And that's going to be the end of the second period. 3-2 for the Sharks. Shots are 19-16 for the Habs. All right, going into the third period, we see Armia putting one of his 5 shots total on net tonight. He had some good opportunities. He just needs to work on shot selection. But his buddy, Nui, is going to get a goal, and we have to grow some eyebrows, folks.
Skates it in. Big body check there, delivered by Kostin. In front line, backhand score! Alex Newhook, 3-3 down.
We haven't had to grow Newhook's eyebrows for a while. Has he gotten a goal and I forgot to grow his eyebrows? That's a tradition we have here. I'm burying the league, though. This is Owen Beck's first point in the NHL, and he did the hard work. He took a big check. He didn't lose his mind. He didn't mope about it. He put it in front to Laine. Laine gets it to Newhook. It was a thing of beauty. Great job, Beck. He's making that second line click. Montembeault, this game, he wasn't my favorite. And we see Toffoli beating Montembeault, but he can't beat the post. And then finally, a penalty. We haven't seen any penalties except for the fighting penalty between Struble and whatever his name was, Goudreau. So the Habs go on a power play. And it's a pretty interesting power play. Line 1 is looking like they could be dangerous. Slav gets the angle he likes, but he can't put it in. No joy, but still a good attempt. He gets right in there, and I think this could have went any way. And we see Laine trying his patented move. The second line is now on the power play, and I wish this would have happened earlier, but line 2 gets an amazing opportunity when 2 players lose their sticks. But the Sharks kill it off. They have so much momentum. You can just feel that the momentum has shifted for the Sharks. You're feeling like they're probably going to get a goal. It's going to be a soul-crushing loss for the Habs. But instead, Anderson draws a penalty. It kills all the momentum for the Sharks. San Jose is irate. They believe that the refs missed a penalty when Heineman slashed a stick out of one of the San Jose players' hands. Habs go on another power play, but the Sharks kill that one off as well, and there wasn't very much opportunities on that one. Remember I said I wasn't going to talk too much about Jack-Eye? Well, he's on the bench. He's been benched. I don't think he played the third period at all, and in the second period, after he made that flub, I think he maybe got like 3 minutes. He played 10 minutes this game. You know, some players have one of those games from time to time. The Sharks are really making it look interesting as the period is beginning to wrap up. But that's the end of the third, 3-3. 60 minutes wasn't enough. Shots are 31-24 for the Habs. They made it to 30. That's the important shot marker that I like to see them hit. So that's good. I like that. They dropped the puck in OT. Is Celebrini and Wallman going to finish this off? Are they going to be the heroes after juking Suzuki? Nope, that's not how it's going to end. Montembeault takes a shot from the slot and he says no, no, no. Zetterlund and Graf are almost the heroes now. Is Nui going to get another one? They let Nui get in close. They give him way too much room. They must not be familiar with his game. But it was a really exciting overtime, and I'm happy to say that Cole Caufield was the hero of the game.
Space for Caufield. Cole Caufield over the blue line. Caufield still with it. Through the lanes. Got it yet. Score! What a goal!
Almost like a mind-blowingly beautiful goal by Caufield. You know that he's capable of this. You just wish you would see it more often. He ties his personal record for goals in a season at 28. He's going to hit 30 goals. Can he try for 40? An incredible game, going to overtime and then winning it like that. It was pretty exciting, but it probably wasn't, the Habs' best game. They should have won handedly over the Sharks here. But the Sharks have a lot of energy, a lot of young players that can move really quickly. So I think that they're tricky, and I don't know if the Habs were fully prepared for that. Suzuki got 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. He's over a point per game. Caufield, a goal and an assist. Hudson got a point, so that adds to his lead in the point total for the Calder race. Celebrini did not get a point this game. It was a really great game. I loved it. And I guess we move on to Buffalo on Saturday, right? That's a very important game. Way more important than this game, obviously. It's 1:45. I don't know if all the points have been tabulated, all the games have finished yet, but Montreal sits at 61 points Columbus must have beat the Red Wings because we're still 5 points out of a wild card spot. That's okay. Detroit and Columbus are tied 66 points. New York, Ottawa, and Boston are all at 62 points. A win would leapfrog us over New York, Ottawa, and Boston if they stood still. And I mean, we just got to keep winning. You can hope for Detroit and Columbus to start losing. Personally, I would like Detroit to start losing more than Columbus. I think Columbus has a more interesting story this season. They're the underdogs, right? You want to kind of see them win, especially with the tragedy that they face at the start of the season, before the start of the season, I mean. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you all so much. Like the video, helps me out with something. Search results, findability, something like that. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you as part of the community. And as always, I will see you down below.
Allez, snack,